Listen to me. Otherwise, get out. The fellow who did research in Freud, even as a student of psychology, 4 weeks after I entered the university, I told my professor, God, that bastard, Freud is the stupidest fraud of the 20th century. I'm in a position to carry on any dialogue with you. Listen. If you don't want to listen, nice meeting you. Bye. Nobody has any right to do anything. All the books published by everybody in the whole world. Okay. Only those who translate those books, and they have been translated into practically every language. Okay. You know? So the translator has the right to translate because he has usually non-existing intelligence. Okay. And translate and publish. So they have the right for the translation because there is no organization here. And I don't have any right to claim anything for the book. For myself. Oh, yes. You see, whatever I say, whatever I have is the property of everybody. They are all having problems, all the top publishers. I don't give a damn. I don't think of damn for any of the world's top publishers to promote me. I don't need anybody to promote me.
Okay, Inji, I'll ask you some questions.
All questions are the variations of the same question.
Yes.
If you all want to ask one question, just listen. You are wasting your time here. I don't know what ideas you have of me. Yeah. One question finishes all the 50 questions.
Okay, then let me start asking you a question.
Okay, you are not listening.
Yes. Okay, why did you fool me into meditation when you are preaching against it?
I didn't fool you, fooled yourself.
No, in 1995.
I have read there my statement on thinking aloud. One of the top interviewers in America, when he asked me a question about meditation, it is still there. My answer was self-abuse.
Self-abuse?
And masturbation. Then he said, do you mean to say it is masturbation? If you want to use such a refined word, I have absolutely no objection.
Well, it has
why you are saying that I said that? You haven't read that book.
Well, I haven't read that book.
That's obvious.
Okay, so anyway.
One of my commandments, better masturbate than meditate.
Yes, it actually leads to neurosis, and that's what I had experienced.
Why are you talking of meditation? Have you done any meditation?
Well, yes, I had to because I was doing that when I was with you in Bangalore.
Don't say with me.
Yes, 8 days in Bangalore in 1995.
I never had any meditation sessions. Why do you say with me?
You did not, but then you did fool me into it.
I didn't fool you, fooled yourself.
Okay.
If you have read that book,
okay,
and if you have any basic intelligence, you would use that word that I misled you.
Okay.
You misled yourself.
So let's go to the next question.
If your answer is finished.
Okay, when I've been with you for 8 days, 8 years back, I discovered yoga. Okay, or so I call the play of the body, when I was attending to the light in the forehead.
Nothing to all those things.
Yes, if I have learned that yoga,
nothing to yoga.
Yes, but
nothing to meditation.
I've learned that yoga is self-expressive. Okay, it is the play of the body.
You are asking the wrong questions about yoga.
Okay.
And meditation.
Okay, then
I've already given the answer.
Okay.
Masturbate, that's better than.
Okay. If the self
doesn't exist,
is an idea, then what is that unites the individual?
Some bastard gave you a description.
Well,
and he put that into the shit box of yours, and whatever is coming out of your mouth is oral shit.
Why do people call you a sage when you fool everybody and tell so many lies?
Well, I tell lies.
Yes, naturally you do so.
Why the hell are you here?
Well, I want to hear those lies again.
No, you ain't got a chance because you are the top liar that ever interviewed me.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah,
okay,
you are
when I
because there is no such thing as a lie.
Okay.
My statements you haven't read in the book. Suppression of fact.
What is the book? What is the title of it?
There are so many books in every language in the world.
Okay.
Which one you are referring to?
Okay, I don't know. So whenever I take meat, fish, and eggs, there is a drop in the energy level in it.
Then you are fooling yourself.
There must be a biological explanation.
Not at all.
Okay, is it?
Even if you eat anything that the doctors recommend as the most nutritious food, anybody who recommended, any doctor who visited me, all the doctors are dead and gone. I am still here, and I'm 88 years
Okay. Do you think it's through criticism rather than providing a vision that actually contributes to the regeneration of society?
No. Society is doomed, and if society, I don't know what you mean, human species have done such harm, not only to their fellow beings, but to every form of life. And human species should have been wiped out, along with me and with my family members, should be wiped out of this planet.
Okay.
And now it is going to happen whether you like it or not. I don't want
Is that the vision that you?
Not my wish. It has got to happen.
Oh, really?
For what we have done to the other species on this planet.
Oh.
And you have been made to believe that everything here is made for your benefit. And you are exploiting, destroying so many living organisms who have a right to live on this body.
Okay.
You have no business to kill mosquitoes.
Oh well, that's something which I
You
want
don't,
to
you
hear.
may not. They need your.
That's something which the religions say, and I don't think you should be saying all
No, I say I have nothing to do with religion.
Okay. Now, in a
Finish
dire,
our interview.
crisis, there might be an urgency for someone to examine if thought is the enemy.
There is no.
But the vast majority, as I see it, need ideals so that they can work up to it. I'm considering ideals only to instigate a constructive effort to
No,
develop
sir.
the span of attention.
Nothing.
Okay, you need ideals to develop the span of attention.
Not at
You
all.
need to anchor people there.
No, it is the ideas that have been responsible for the distraction.
Well, yes, maybe, but
No,
then,
yes.
well, you
This
see,
is not
there
a
is-
schoolboys debating society. You got it?
Move on, move on.
You've been telling everybody that Freud is a stupendous
It
fraud.
has been found out.
And on the other
Listen to
hand,
me.
and
Listen
on the
to me.
other hand,
That's why you are mad.
when I called and asked you, you said take medicine to stabilize your condition.
Not analysis.
Then when I called and told you that I'm taking medicine, you said I'm like the god Indra who took Soma wine. What is your stand on psychiatry?
Now they have found
Yes.
that bastard
Yeah.
falsified all the case histories, that scoundrel.
Well,
You don't know the top fellows,
Yes.
the psychiatrists, scientists, everybody comes to see me.
Uh-huh.
They admit that. The fellow who did listen to me. Otherwise, get out. The fellow who did research in Freud, even as a student of psychology, 4 weeks after I entered the university, I told my professor, Freud, that bastard, Freud is the stupendous fraud of the 20th century. How can you say such things? He asked me.
Okay.
Huh? Because he didn't have the basic intelligence, that bastard professor. He got the shock of his life. And later, listen to me, you are not in a position to carry on any dialogue with me. Listen. If you don't want to listen, nice meeting you. Bye. I don't need you. You don't need me. All right. So why I said that analysis is the worst thing. This is what I tell everybody. Now, before I continue this, one of the top fellows did research in the archives of the Freud preserved in London, and he found that he falsified all the case histories. You understand? And he was so shocked, a guy like me, a student in 1940, made a statement that Freud is the stupendous fraud of the 20th century. He came to see me. And he explained to me. He found everything that he did was falsified to establish himself as a great psychologist. Analysis is the worst you can.
Okay.
The fact that you are still not in the Niemans there shows that you have not meditated seriously. You understand? If anybody has done meditation seriously,
Yes.
either
End up in
he will end up in Niemans,
Yes.
sing merry melodies and Looney Tunes,
Yes.
or commit suicide and call it Jalasamana.
Well, that I don't know, but then the other one
You
was
will
the case.
certainly do it because thank God you have not done meditation.
Okay. Oh.
Seriously.
Okay.
You
Philosophy.
did not do yoga seriously. You have come to the wrong man to it.
Okay. Philosophical doubt applies to established theories. How exactly would you define certainty?
No certainty at all.
Uh-huh.
As long as you depend upon philosophy of any kind,
Uh-huh.
you are not interested in finding out what you want to find out. What is it what you wanted to find
Well,
out?
I wanted to know what certainty is. Okay. Science has come to the conclusion that there is no absolute truth. I think because there is the absolute truth,
Why
I'm certain of my existence.
why you accept the scientists? What makes you think that they know a lot more than all those bastards in the religious field talked about? What makes you think that they are? Their theories are changing every hour on the hour. Now they have found out what I said 30 years ago. I'm not claiming anything. That there is no place for brain at all in your body. If Einstein were to be here, I would kick that bastard in his pants, throw him in the dirtiest, filthiest of waters, and tie him to a stone with a chain that will not rust, and see even his corpse does not go. And then they preserved that bastard's brain and examined it after his death, and found that it was the brain of a low-grade moron. So what is intelligence? What is genius? Why he claimed to be what he actually was not? And now it came out that scoundrel stole many of the ideas that he was claiming to be his own were from an Italian side.
Okay, U.G.
Oh, good.
Yes. Oh, that's it.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's obvious to you that there is not any truth or future in religion. Knowing this, would you, in the seat of authority, agree the
Never.
right to practice the religion of one's choice?
Religion should be wiped out first.
Okay,
From the
now,
face of it. Not one religion.
yes.
They asked me, if one Muslim woman is killed in this country, 10 Hindu women should be killed.
Okay, now what? In my case, I have to go to my local church. You see, well, I want to avoid that.
But
I
why,
think it's
but
absolutely
why do you want others also to go to the church or not to go to the church?
Okay.
You tell me.
Okay.
And you see whether you are a believer in God or not a believer in God. Those people want everybody to believe in God. And the others who call themselves atheists.
But then that is necessary.
No, not necessary. Why are they interested in freeing others from their belief in God? Both the religious people and the non-religious people, atheists and theists, are still related to the God. Why? Because I want to have more people around me.
Yeah, that's what. Naturally, I mean, whether you are a believer
Not
or
me.
not.
Yeah.
Okay. In the daily course of attentive living, we can never take a conclusion for granted. Certainty of a conclusion comes only with experience and objective reason. Do you agree that?
No,
So,
nothing to it.
I think there should be a lot of brain work for our daily living.
What brain work?
You don't need to.
What do you need brain work?
Some
What kind of a
objective
living
reason.
you want?
Whatever.
What are you? Do you have any university education?
No, well, I left my college.
You are a dropout and a
Yes.
dropout.
Oh, you are not a dropout. You had a
No,
degree.
no.
Okay.
And so nobody will give me a job.
Okay.
You see,
You said
even as a student of botany, you see, I had to memorize 258 natural orders, right? And then the names of all those plants. Why the hell do I have to give names to all those plants? I want to. And what will I do with all that knowledge? How do I make money? So I have to teach that there to the students and make a living.
Okay. You said I have.
I said nothing. What I say now is the most important.
Okay. You said I have to take the drug till my condition is stabilized.
Yes.
What exactly do you mean by stabilized?
Medicine, you see,
Does it have to come to the calamity that you experience?
No, that has nothing to do with this calamity.
Okay.
And what I am emphasizing all the time, I know a lot of medics everywhere in the world. And they should never go to a psychiatrist.
But then that is.
There is no study, no, because see, you can't live with the medics. Your family members cannot live with you.
Yeah, well,
They
that
are
is-
forcing you, you understand, to seek the help of a psychiatrist or take medicines. They cannot live with us. If there is any maddie, he doesn't want to accept anything. They don't want to have anything to do with those people. But we don't want them to be what they are. So they are pushing you in one direction or the other direction. That's why so many people have committed suicide. You understand? So it's not, it has nothing to do with your mental problems as they all the time insist, because so that they can make a living, fooling themselves and fooling everyone.
Okay, the
All
calamity.
right, if you put it, you see, in the frame of a chemical disturbance,
Yes, yes,
all ailments, all diseases
Yes.
have a rhythm.
okay,
Even if you take medicine for some time,
okay,
if you think that you are a Maddie, and if others also to put a label on you and call you a Maddie,
yes,
it will come back after 2.5 years. So many mad people live with me, I know them all.
oh,
So, the only thing that medicine can do is to stabilize the condition.
okay.
But they are not ready to accept that it's a chemical disturbance.
Oh,
Now
say
they have
it's a
found
chemical
out,
disturbance.
now they have found out, falling in love also is a chemical disturbance.
Okay,
All that shit that they talk about love and calling your
The
DNA.
chemistry of love.
No. Now they also say that if you eat chocolate, it produces, it's called the food of gods. It produces certain chemical changes in your body. If you fall in love, it will also produce the same chemical changes. So it is better to eat chocolate than fall in love and make a mess of your life.
okay.
All right.
The calamity you have experienced must have been very severe because you were doing exercise.
Not at all.
That explains the bulges around your neck,
Not at
which
all.
you showed me.
No, I showed you because those glands,
Yes, which glands?
thymus, radial, and pituitary glands,
Yeah.
have remained inactive because of the constant use of your what you call thinking mechanism. But when once it is freed, the body is freed from the input of all that,
Uh-huh.
they, in their own way, are activated. So they take over the control of the body, and they will not allow what you call you. You is a product of the cultural input there.
Okay.
Whether you are a Christian or a Hindu or a Muslim, it doesn't matter. All of them, whether you read Bible or Gita or Quran,
Okay. So,
you put a label, I'm a Muslim and you are a Christian, and somebody else a Hindu in India. How many
okay,
varieties of
why was Christ crucified? Was it a God-forsaken calamity?
No, see the word calamity I use
Yes.
because we have all been brainwashed to believe that you see you should believe this, that, and the other.
Okay.
You understand? So they have been selling you for centuries that if you become a religious man, you know, all your problems will be solved. They have not solved at all. With anything anybody suggested so far, they're still there. And if you think that if you come into your own, your all that is there, what you call you is put in there by culture. You understand? So you think that you will be in a wonderful state, blissful state,
Yes.
love, bliss, and beatitude. But when once the physical body rejects everything, it takes over the functioning all the time, then it's just like an earthquake hitting this planet.
So
And
then,
earthquakes are very essential for this planet because the realignment of the planet is very necessary from time to time. We don't like earthquakes because they are destroying property, they are killing hundreds and thousands of people. So we don't want them. But they are very necessary for the planet because the realignment of the planet is very necessary. Nobody can control. Nobody can stop that kind of thing. So in exactly the same way, you are lucky to be freed from all the stranglehold of the cultural input. It takes over. So in that context, I said, if you think that you are going to be in a wonderful, blissful state,
okay,
the body tells you
okay,
that's not the thing that will happen. And so I use that word calamity. It does not mean that it is a calamity,
okay.
much less God that described what it is going to be.
Okay, and you see, when I used to do this yoga that I had discovered, I used to lose consciousness sometimes for a small fraction of a second. And nowadays, when I do this pull-ups, I have the same feeling. You see, sometimes it suddenly goes all black.
It's not
Does
because
it have to do
it
anything?
is not because of yoga, it's not because of whatever you are saying you are doing that is disturbing the chemistry of the body. Anything they say is good for the body. Anything you eat, what all the nutritionists and medical technology telling you is rejected by the body. But all the fruit juices you are drinking is thrown out as urine.
Okay.
All that they say is good for your body is thrown out as a shit. And so that is why I say the shit becomes expensive, urine becomes expensive.
So you see, you lied to me. You told me you don't take vegetables and
I
fruits.
don't.
You don't take.
Not at
You
all.
just took a grape juice right now.
No, not at all, because you say,
No, you didn't
I
choose.
never take juice. I
You
vomited immediately.
Really?
They threw you out, not vomiting.
So what's your supplement for vitamins and minerals?
Nothing. You don't need them at all.
So you just take plain oatmeal?
I eat only oatmeal, carbohydrates,
Okay.
and because what is hunger?
Okay.
Hunger is glucose. When the level goes down,
Okay.
it demands more sugar.
Okay.
So only carbohydrates are necessary for the body,
Only.
and
Only carbohydrates.
nothing else. Nothing else. Everything is thrown out as a shit.
Really?
Everything is thrown out.
But
You
then,
just made it
we got to be sitting like you do. We can't be strenuous. We can't strain ourselves to hard work.
Why should you do it for making a living? So otherwise, there is no need for exercise at all.
Okay.
You know, all those bastards who talk like jogging bastard,
Yeah.
who died in his tracks, and that bastard who talked of microbiotic diet, while telling everybody that if you eat this kind of a life, eat this kind of a food, you will live forever, and he dropped dead at the lunch table. That's all.
Okay. What
Not
exactly?
only that bitch Jane Fonda doctor of aerobics, and she has had 4 bypass surgery.
Okay.
It is, don't blame them. They are out to fool you
Okay.
and make a living on your tomfoolery.
So you
And
take.
the question you have to ask for yourself is, why you allow yourself to be fooled? It's your problem.
So you
I am
take-
not interested in freeing you from anyone.
Okay. What exactly is the biological explanation for tiredness of the legs after a long walk? How are the nerves affected?
That thing is not affected. It's telling, body is telling that don't walk. Walking is not necessary.
Okay.
Now you see, so many people, diabetic patients, they advise them to take walks. And if you take walks, you need to eat more.
Yeah.
So they have more sugar.
Oh.
So when I made this statement and advised Mr. Chandrasekhar Babu, don't take walks, and you are not walking the way you want to walk, because you are dragging your wife also to accompany you. Stop walking. I know all the diabetic guys all around the world telling people don't walk.
Okay.
Exercise is not necessary for the body, let alone yoga.
Okay. So what exactly is sleep?
There is no such thing as sleep for the body.
What does it do to the body?
You nothing. You see, if you don't sleep
Yes.
for 6 hours or 8 hours, you are not sleeping. You are sleeping only to dream.
Only to dream.
Only to dream. Otherwise, there is no need for you to
So
sleep
if we are attending all throughout the day, you don't need to sleep at all.
at all. You see, if you fall asleep, it's like the cats there, and you can call them cat naps like all the other animals. There is no need for you to sleep at all for 8 hours.
Okay.
Only to dream.
Okay. I think drinking cold water, even if it is boiled and cooled down, causes arthritis. What do you say?
Nothing to it. They are selling
Yes.
bottled water.
Uh-huh.
Why do you want to drink? Yesterday somebody was talking to me about this bottled water. They all have additives. You understand? Each brand has a different additive.
Okay.
So if you get used to, for example,
Aquafina.
Tropicana orange juice,
Okay.
and you don't like to drink all the other kinds of juice.
Okay.
Because the Americans want to sell their own particular. And why you are all drinking these bottled waters, they all have additives. Every brand has different kind of additive. So if you get used to that, you will certainly get used to drinking and then praise it all the time. Somebody was asking me about drinking all this. It's better you go and collect 1 glass of water from the toilet and drink it, because it is more nutritious. The shit becomes part of the.
Okay, how often do you pass urine?
I don't pass urine at all unless I want to.
Yes.
So many doctors have passed.
Yes.
But how is it possible for this guy not to pass urine for 12 hours or 14 hours.
Okay.
I don't want you to do that.
Okay.
You get into trouble if you try to
So,
stop urine.
why is it that I find it difficult to empty my bowels if either the water intake or the fiber
Why
intake
should
is
you
in
empty
place?
the bowel?
Oh,
Well, if you don't empty the bowel,
yes,
after the fourth day,
yes.
it will certainly push itself out. You can stay for 4 days without throwing the shit out in the toilets.
Okay. I sometimes experience breathlessness after eating. When after eating I walk or climb the stairs. Why is this so?
Eating too much food is number one,
Okay.
and then climbing the steps and down
Okay.
is number two.
Isn't it better to spend more time in studying some specific subject of interest than waste time gossiping like you do?
All right.
Like, for example, philosophers like Bertrand Russell have done a lot of teaching and writing.
Yes.
So-
He made a lot of money because I believed that bastard. When I met that scoundrel
Yes.
during those days when he was against bombs, a common friend dragged me to see and help. The first topic was about mathematics, and then he agreed with me. He said, the final analysis, ultimate analysis, mathematics is no different from mysticism. He agreed. He also talked about it. And then when the subject of the hydrogen bombs came up, I told him, sir, hydrogen bomb is an extension of the police. Are you ready to do away with the policeman first before you talk of stopping the bombs? The bastard said, we have to draw a line somewhere.
Yes, there must be.
Sorry, no.
There must be perfect individuals. I mean, or else
Not
there has to be
necessary.
police.
Why not police come here and take away everything? How do you think you and I have acquired all those things? Our way of robbery, thievery, and if I may coin that word, stealery, and backed up by the police. If we can't, the army, the navy, the air force, and then all the nuclear bombs. He has an edge over. You understand? So, what makes you think that they don't have a right to come? You are not ready to accept that you are a thief, and your kind of thievery is protected
But
by the society. So I say, come on, take everything. I won't do it because I don't destroy the property of others. You know? But not that I care for that, not that I'm a communist or a socialist or any other kind. If they come, please come take it. If somebody tries to steal my pocket, I invite him back. Because they do it with such a great finesse. I give him more money. Because you have done a tremendous job, take more money.
That's something difficult.
Why is
Okay.
it difficult?
Well, it is.
Huh?
Because
But
you should have lots of money to throw.
No,
around.
not at all. That's what you think.
Okay.
I don't have any money. You have more money than I have. Otherwise, you wouldn't have brought.
Okay. Okay. What is action? What is action? How would you say being with silence and talking is a very powerful action?
Nothing. None of those are actions. Who calls them actions?
Well, what is action? Then?
No such thing as an action.
Then what is silence?
No such thing as silence. Both are the same. Action and silence are the same.
Okay.
The moment you say that you are silent, you are not silent. Who is it that tells you that you are silent?
So this is a very powerful action that you are doing now.
No.
Just being silent
No.
with yourself.
No. This is verbiage garbage.
Okay. Would
All
you,
or shit.
would you suggest a system of values for an individual or to pursue one's interest by means foul and fair?
No. Both are the same.
Both are the same.
The violence and non-violence is the same. Whether you kill in the name of non-violence or kill in the name of violence. You see, both are the same because both of them spring from the same source. You justify one kind of killing and you condemn the other kind of killing. And we all brag when they call this, you see, Hindu fundamentalist state, and they don't like the Islamic fundamentalists. The Islamic fundamentalists don't like the Hindu fundamentalists, right? They kill.
Okay.
And we all support this or the other.
What good would it do if rulers were philosophers like you?
Nothing. We are the worst enemies of mankind.
Who?
Both philosophers and who is the other guy we are talking about?
Yeah, well, it seems
They have
Aristotle.
done such an immense harm.
Yes.
Why do you want them?
It seems Aristotle helped Alexander to acquire the latest ammunitions in war and rule the world.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you say about it?
Nothing. Aristotle did nothing for mankind. He did greatest harm.
Okay.
You don't have to accept my words. If you accept this and repeat that, you are in the same situation that those people are doing. You quote Aristotle, and you say he has done so much.
Okay, if India were to have a clear direction, where would you want it to go?
Should be wiped out first because what we have done to the humankind by claiming, living in jungles, drinking soma juice as a spiritual experience, they have done such an immense harm. And now why all these people are falling for this kind of a shit? Because, as I always say, when once you have everything that you can reasonably ask for, the question arises, is that all?
Okay.
You understand? Is that all? Then they have created a market. All those misfits there in the rest of the world are falling for this kind of a shit, and all these people are exploiting them. If there is anything to that, why? I don't know what's the population of
India?
It's
1 billion. 1 billion.
Huh?
1 billion plus.
No, plus.
Yes.
Only the plus are benefited by freedom. But 1 billion people don't even have the basic needs taken care of. It's not that I'm saying that you should start communist organizations, socialist organizations. They are the worst.
Every sixth human being is in India.
Huh?
Every sixth human being is an Indian. We are 1/6 of the world's population.
Is in India.
Every
And
sixth.
do you have any say in the affairs of the world?
We should have 1/6. We should have 1/6.
Are you in a position
We don't have.
to play a part in the shaping of the world in a better way or a worst way we have, because we have been slaves for centuries. It is still a country of slaves. You fall for that.
What do you say about aesthetics and the ways of awakening this feeling?
It's better to go and watch a striptease joint than to go to a museum
Okay.
and look at the paintings of those people.
Isn't that
Why you place this on a higher level?
Well,
That is, both are sensual pleasure.
isn't an attitude of protection necessary not to expose the young minds to the sensual
What is meant by
principle?
production?
Protection necessary not to expose the young minds to this sensual principle prevalent in the world.
They want to accept this, otherwise they find themselves isolated.
Yes, that is of course the case. But then, shouldn't there be some sort of a force that actually prevents and protects
Just
the
the way
young
they are
minds?
forcing you to go to a psychiatrist because they can't live with you.
Okay.
And they can't live, the parents can't live with the very sharp and intelligent guys. So they force them to accept and live the kind of a life these people have been living.
Okay.
That's all that's
So isn't it right that an ambivalence about one's culture is the necessity of planting the seeds of development into a new culture?
culture. One culture, how is it different?
When you have a mixed feeling,
what
you
is
have
culture
no
to
roots
do
in
with
it.
it? What is
You have
culture?
no roots anywhere.
No, culture is a way of life and way of thinking.
Okay, that's an
Well-
individual act.
Whether you think of God the Hindu way or the Christian way or the Muslim way,
Okay.
why do you think that the Christians feel that their God is the only one? And at least in India, well, I don't know what is the population, 1 crore of gods, goddesses and godless we created. Each one in his own imagination, in his own way, created so many gods. Just like you see the Master Krishna, we have only one wife, even that was difficult for us to handle. He had 8 wives and 16,000 concubines.
Well, yes.
But Jesus was not the guy they say that he is. He was eating.
Yes.
He was eating,
Yes.
magic mushrooms for 40 days and 40 nights.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. That gave him all these fantastic fantasies and converted that to his.
So
And then you see, why do you believe that Mary was a virgin?
No,
Was a virgin and not a bitch?
Okay.
Why?
I know that.
Okay,
If
that's
you believe that-
something which.
Why not?
Well, that's something which we need to leave out.
Why should I leave it?
Well,
All this shit is no different from that.
Okay.
Why? Why don't you accept the fact that she raped so many Roman soldiers and Jesus?
See, I can't put all this in the book.
Huh?
Please.
You can't put that book.
Is peace
That
a
is the one
lawful?
that you should put in the book.
Okay, is peace a lawful use of force against the unlawful?
Huh?
Is peace a lawful
Peace
use?
doesn't exist. Peace cannot be created without force and violence.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, should a war be seen in a new light
No.
for peace than violence?
No, peace and war,
Yes.
you see, both are necessary.
Okay.
The peace is, I don't know what you call it, the peaceful time, if there is any, you are preparing for the war. So the peace is between two wars. Why you are talking about peace? The peace has got to be on our side.
Okay.
My side, what I call peace is what I want.
Okay.
If you allow me to kill all the Islamic fundamentalists, so that I can have peace.
Okay.
My peace. They want to kill all these Hindu bastards who call themselves as the Hindu fundamentalists. You understand?
Yes. Yes.
So how through war you can create peace? That's all that I'm
But then that is an ultimate thing that has to happen.
Why
There's
should
no
it
other
happen?
way you can actually get things done.
No, if they blow up as they are planning to do in America, all the supermarkets and
Yes.
poison all the waters,
Uh-huh.
that's the easiest way.
Okay.
Why do you have to have atom bombs? Why do you have to have machine guns?
Okay.
Why do you have to have all of
I consider the integration of the energy within, with all the stimuli within and without, as evolution.
There is no such thing as evolution at all. So all
Okay.
that is a shit.
What do you say is the relation between nerves and thoughts?
Nothing.
There's no relation between nerves and thoughts?
No, medical people talk all that, fool everybody.
Okay.
If you want to believe them and you think that they know a lot more about all those people in the ancient times talked about, it's your method.
Okay.
Both go.
Is conveying a philosophy more important than learning a trade like economics, for example, which could be of more use for providing to the basic needs for the poor?
No, not philosophy.
Not
But
philosophy.
now you see, you can't market your philosophies.
Mhm.
All these holy men who are exploiting the people now find out that there is a tremendous competition. You see, it's not like those days.
Okay. So,
Nobody can get even one Rolls Royce car like that bastard.
okay.
365 Rolls
So it's
Royce.
better to change direction and go into economics rather and learn that and be of
Money
use
is
in
all
some
that
other-
matters.
Too short.
Without money, how can you survive in this world?
Too short.
If there is an easy way of making money
Okay.
and make others sweat and take advantage of their sweat,
Okay.
that's the best thing to do in life.
Okay. Do you think in India the idea of making everybody literate by spending thousands of crores every year is worth a debate when there are no provision for the basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter?
No, basic needs must be taken care of first. If they
Okay.
don't do anything, that's the one and the only thing we have got.
Okay. Must there be a division of the rich and poor so that the rich can live in leisure, while
Who is drawing,
and buying?
who is drawing the line?
Well,
You are drawing the line.
Yes.
You are richer than me.
okay, but
Listen, are you ready to go?
no, I'm not.
You are not.
So then there must be this division.
No, you are richer than me.
Okay.
So what do I do?
So you mean to say that we cannot come to a common standard?
But
of
you are
living?
not ready to accept that your kind of robbing is accepted with the society and protected by
Police.
every means you have at your disposal. And why you condemn my kind of robbery, stealing, and I need to do it to survive in this very basic thing that is for me. Why you are denying that to me and take advantage of me by creating charitable institutions and perpetuate my misery? You are not solving the problem. As that bitch, Mother Teresa bitch, it came out that that bitch wrote a book.
I can't include all this in this book.
Then why are you here? Why are you interrupting me?
Is it leisure and
I said that even on the television,
Okay.
everywhere in the world.
I mean, isn't it dangerous?
Why are you frightened of danger?
Well, it is dangerous.
Why are you writing a book for what? To
Okay.
make a living,
Okay.
to sell your book,
Yes.
and then why you see you are twisting all
Okay.
those?
Isn't leisure an important factor in the overall development of an individual?
Not at all necessary leisure.
Uh-huh.
Because you are doing the wrong thing.
Okay.
Reading, writing,
Uh-huh.
telling yourself all the time what it is,
Uh-huh.
looking at the beautiful sunrises and sunsets instead of looking at the bouncing breasts of pretty girls. Both are the same.
Okay.
Why you want to look at that water? I don't even want to look at that water. Lost.
Okay. Should India recede from this globalization that's taking place?
India, forget it, is a worthless country.
Okay. So what do you
India
think
should be
about?
wiped out first.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. No, you mean to say it should be?
No, if you don't do it,
Okay.
it's going to happen
Uh-huh.
because they say that the Himalayan ranges are the youngest. When once they start growing, India will be wiped out. What will be in its place, we don't want to bother about because you and I are not going to be there when such a thing happens. How do you think all those countries separated? If you put them all together, it is one. You see Africa and South America, put them together, but it took centuries to separate themselves. Like that, India has no place
Okay.
on this planet. It should have been wiped out long time ago.
What ought to be the prime concern of an individual like you? Is it to free others from their
Two
bondages,
things.
or is
Two
it the
things.
reform?
To eat and to fuck.
Well, is it to free others from their bondages, or is it
Why are
reformation
you
of the
talking
society?
about bondages? If you fuck every day a different bitch,
U.G.
then there is
please.
no need for bondage.
U.G. Okay.
I-
Okay. Material comfort. Material comfort
At
and
the end of the
not
week, at the end of the week, you will die of AIDS.
material comfort and not soul-searching philosophies dominated the minds of the West, of the Vedic people actually.
Vedic people
Okay. They were
are
rich.
fooling
Yes.
the Western people
Yes.
because they are rich. How do you think they have all become rich? By robbing all these nations. Right? And so they want to enjoy, they don't want to give up anything.
Okay. This
They
phase of
also talked of the white man's burden to civilize the whole of mankind. Those bastards. You know, I always repeat this. Those bastards in those days were telling us all that the sun never sets in the British Empire, and now sun even doesn't rise once in a while in Great Britain.
isn't that a great place actually, Britain?
In our own lifetime, it's happening.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. This phase of revaluation and finally rebirth, which you call calamity that one has to go through, can a good majority come to it?
All of them are in the same thing. There is no need for calamity.
Okay.
Whether you look for enlightenment or calamity or whatever
Okay.
you are asked to become is not there. You are already there.
Okay, but what is the ideal activity of a good majority of
Why are you concerned about the majority?
you should not be.
Why should you be?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be
Once
concerned about yourself.
okay. Once when I called and asked you about the use of computers, you said the human is far, far superior than computers.
Yeah.
You also told me something about selectivity and censorship. What do
When
you
once
mean
you
by
put
that?
selectivity and censorship, the
Yes.
usefulness of the computers will be finished.
What exactly do you mean by selectivity
You
and
are
censorship?
you are looking at sunrises and sunsets. You are ready to put and preventing me from looking at the bouncing breasts of pretty girls. Why? That is the selectivity.
Okay.
You first you are selecting.
Okay.
Instead of allowing you to do one or the other or both,
Okay.
and they say that you should not do this, you should do this. So that is censorship.
Okay.
And then you see your next door neighbor's best friend's wife is the prettiest girl. You chose a wrong bitch. An ugly duckling.
Okay.
So you want
He also feels the same way. The husband also feels the same way.
Same way.
About the neighbor's
and
wife.
then
Okay.
why don't you run away?
If we put
Why you have selected a pretty bitch because she looks prettier than this ugly duckling.
okay. Now
Wait. And they say you should not do that.
Okay.
Now
Now
understand.
what do you
For
what do you
example, you have a prettiest girlfriend. your wife or a bitch hanging around you.
Okay, U.G.
And if everybody makes passes at her, why do you feel so bad?
Well, that's
You should be proud.
well, we just can't be like birds in the air, forget, I mean, without
They are
any-
better than the humans.
Okay,
They don't
so,
talk.
so you don't have to
They
have
don't,
any of these.
they don't have this interest.
Okay. Now, would you put this all as a spiritual inquiry?
There is no such thing as a spiritual inquiry
Okay.
because the word spirit means breath.
Breath.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so
is the
we-
Latin word.
Oh, really?
It has come into English language, either to Germany or France, I don't know the transit. Anyway, it only means breath.
Okay. So.
Right? If you do that spiritual inquiry and waste all your life
Uh-huh.
and time, you will have heart attack.
Okay.
Because
So.
heart is involved, breath is involved
Mhm.
in your pursuits.
Okay. So is politics a platform to actually launch the spiritual inquiry? Is politics a platform where you can launch the spiritual inquiry?
Why are you interested? Why you don't understand the spiritual shit that is responsible for the misery of mankind?
Okay, that's your way
And
of
what-
seeing it.
Yeah, of course, my way. Then why the hell are you here?
Okay.
I don't want you to look at things my way.
Okay.
It's your misery. You came here to interview me.
Okay.
Don't
People are
put these things in your book. Nobody
people-
will buy it.
people are never satisfied with the fact that they can touch the eternal with directness and immediacy. What will make them see that this is the way to live?
You assume that there is such a thing as eternal.
Okay.
And you
There
have
is
not
an immediacy.
you have not succeeded so far. If you are interested
Okay.
personally in the eternal,
Okay.
what makes you think that everybody will be interested in the eternal?
Okay. So it's best to be the way it is now. The status
Just
quo.
live
should
like
be.
a dog, a cat, a pig.
Okay.
And they are the only enlightened
Okay.
things on this planet.
Okay. Is there a relation between responsibility and consciousness? How can you explain absolute responsibility as a total surrendering of one's thought?
Surrendering for what? To get something. Why do you surrender?
I mean,
And you are made to believe that you should surrender everything, give up everything, become a sannyas. And then you can have better chance of living off the sweat of others.
Okay, what is the relationship between responsibility and consciousness?
Who says that you should be responsible for
Who? Well, that is
if
what
your mother or father are dying, throw them out from the garbage.
Okay.
Enough.
No, it's not over.
You can't put any of this in your
You should be
drop.
responsible to yourself.
Huh?
Responsible to yourself.
Who told that I should take care of them? They have lived long enough. Huh? Instead of passing it over to us, you guys enjoy it. And why do you take the sticks there, walk shaky? And
That is the way it is.
that's what you are meant to believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible to educate a child so that he inquires and undergoes a transition when he's of age instead of all the suffering that an adult has to go through to come to this?
The best thing to educate the child is educate him in such a way that he would begin to live like animals. Because that's the enlightened state. And then not to kill all the mosquitoes and allow that only female mosquitoes. You can't have sex with the female mosquito.
Okay.
Yes. You see, they want your hemoglobin to give concentration.
The being with the present damages many aspects of
Where
the
did you
society.
pick up all that shit?
Well, I think see,
Use the complicated list.
Not
okay.
complicated.
Can you visualize a self-sufficient higher living?
There is no
world?
self. Where is the question of you waste your life?
Well,
Hey,
okay. Is there an alternative to all this complex automatism that we are falling into?
that's all shit. Throw it out. Use that as a toilet paper. That is too rough.
Well, it
Clean
is
your
rough,
ass after shitting.
Well, I can't record all this.
That's why you have come to the
Okay, now, if there is a positive force that cares for the suffering, what prevents it from eradicating all sorrow?
Yeah.
Why is the world in sorrow when there is this positive force?
Because you are a miserable guy.
Okay.
And you want everybody to be in your misery and sorrow so that you become part of that misery. It's very comforting for you. So, that's it. You have come to that.
Okay, it's important to provide to those who have taken up the study of oneself with the means of developing their abilities. Would it be right to select? Would it be right to select these individuals and place them in an environment and help them evolve? I mean, that is the basic purpose of this monastery and ashrams and all that.
They should all be wiped out first.
Yes. So
Whether they are monasteries, churches, temples,
so what do you say?
mosques, all of them have done such a tremendous harm.
Okay.
Preaching each one claiming that theirs is the best.
So
Jesus is the one and the only God. But he was a bastard. Right?
He's a Christian. So
I don't
he
care.
was the church going Christian.
So I'm
No,
forced to.
he was a
forced to.
bastard. Whether she raped the Roman soldier or the Roman soldier raped the
Well,
that
UG, please.
Why not?
Now, would it
Why
be
not?
better to throw these people into the mad world?
You are already in the mad world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
I
you
mean,
want
is that-
companions to be mad like you.
Well, I mean, would that be the right thing to do?
No right thing. To start a group instead of a church. All the maddies get together.
With a philosophical outlook.
What do you want a philosophical outlook?
Okay, with a philosophical outlook. Is rural development an important subject to be considered more worthy than the study of
the wrong
finance and orient the growth of economy?
economy.
I mean, is it better to actually consider the rural people?
Why you are using all those empty words and empty phrases?
Well, that's
Are
important.
you interested?
Yes, I'm
What
interested.
are you doing?
Should I be
Go-
actually considering?
Go there and work first.
Okay.
Don't talk all this shit.
Okay, whether it's economics or whether
Don't
it's,
talk.
Okay.
Just go. If you are
Work.
interested in
Okay.
developing the
Okay,
rural
what- okay.
areas,
okay.
go there and work.
Okay, what
And
is
don't talk and discuss
okay.
and put it on a philosophical level
Okay.
and write a book.
Okay. What
Go
is
to a
your
philosopher? He will tell you.
okay?
You have come to the wrong man. There are so many people.
Okay.
So they
Since,
agree on this.
since God fearing is a joke perpetrated on mankind, and with the terror of mutual destruction as the option that binds people together,
It is the
it
God.
is difficult to lead this lot into a more perfect species.
No, species don't bother you.
What do you think must be the substitute for this God fearing
Dog
in the good majority?
God is the jumbled spelling of dog.
Well, there must be a substitute for that.
Yeah.
I mean, people
What?
are now bound together
Yeah.
because there is this.
Wipe out all those who talk of God and allow the dogs to take control of the world. It will be a better world.
Okay, what is your opinion about the unemployment problem?
Well, who is responsible for the unemployment? You. You have better means than I have. And you think you have it. All those questions, if you have
Okay.
come up with, you are more intelligent than I am. And you are going to take advantage. I can't even write one line. And you have written all those questions, formulated all those questions.
The
And you
more,
want to write a book,
yes.
you have a better chance of making money than I.
the more alert we are, the more we have to maintain it, or else it leads to mental illness. What happens to the nerves or the cells in the brain that has been still?
Whether those bastards agree or not, the psychologists,
Okay.
psychiatrists,
Mhm.
when you are really mad,
Mhm.
the alertness that there
Yes.
is unparalleled.
Yes.
Really?
I've
Really?
experienced that.
The
Yes.
energy
Yes.
they have, tremendous energy they have,
Yes.
physical energy.
Yes, I've
They
experienced
can
that.
lift this building,
I can throw the world
throw
around.
it there in the lake. And you
Yes.
are more intelligent than all of them put together.
Yes, but then I
If they are all your
can't be fit
questions,
into
basic questions.
yes,
which you
but I
have
can't be fit
formulated.
into this society without that drug.
Huh?
I can't be fit into this
Why should
society.
you fit
without-
into the society?
And I'll have to be isolated. Yes.
They are isolating you,
Yes.
not you.
Okay, I want to know: are you corruptible in some way? That
No,
you may
because
fall from
probably
grace?
there is a huge amount of money.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it doesn't go
Yes.
over.
So
Yeah.
nobody so far
Yes.
has succeeded in winning me,
Okay.
either for love or for money.
Okay.
So if the amount is a very sizable amount, probably I will be happy.
Okay.
But no woman so far has succeeded.
Okay. Okay. You were saying.
One is bad.
You were saying.
I said nothing.
You were saying that some great people have not produced one like themselves.
Not at all.
Have you produced one like yourself?
I'm not a great man. First of all, what makes you think? If you think that I'm a great man, your definition of a great man is something funny.
Okay. In a philosophical life, can the actor do better for the society than the guy?
Better also, the actors are also mad.
Okay, can
Otherwise-
they do much better than the guy?
You must go mad first. Then only you can be a great actor.
Okay,
An actor is acting because you are interested in his acting.
okay,
If a bitch cries there, you also cry.
okay.
So you identify yourself with what they are doing on the stage. And I don't see any movies, I don't care, although my friend has made so many movies. Why a bitch cries? So when they come to me, I don't give them handkerchiefs because I have never carried handkerchiefs. I don't even carry Kleenex papers, tissue papers. That's very expensive. I go to the toilet and bring the toilet paper and
So
give it
you
to her. You
Ah,
wipe out your tears.
Okay.
And why the tears are there? Because of all those emotions you have, feelings you have, love, bliss, beatitude, all the other shit, drying up your ears. And if you don't cry, the tears are there only to lubricate the eye. Otherwise, you will go blind.
Okay, sex seems to do a lot of violence to the body. What is the ideal? Sex seems to do a lot of violence to the body. What is the ideal age to engage in sex and period after which it must be
Now
stopped?
they have found all this shit that they have been talking for decades is wrong. 8-year-old girls are now fucking and they have children. And why should you wait? That bitch there, Hillary bitch said that you should not start making love until you are 21. Because her daughter started fucking every boy there. And she was living with her boyfriend in California University. And they all, both Clinton and his wife, had a lunch with. When he heard of all the sexapates of Clinton,
Okay.
he walked out.
Okay.
Because they
Somebody told me a guard is for good orderly direction. Do you agree?
Where is that bastard? Come on.
Do you agree that man?
Where is that bastard? First
Well,
let
I've
me
heard when I was in the asylum, you see, I had heard a person say, tell me that.
What?
So that God is a good orderly direction. You see.
Where is it?
Well, it's not a person, it's each and every
Idea.
individual.
A non-existent.
Each and every individual who can
And the
plan.
dog is better than the God. You see the dog.
Well, isn't a plan necessary?
Plan for
even
what?
after you are to direct your life, to give a meaning to your life.
They have so many plans.
Yes.
Why you are mad? They have driven you mad.
Okay. The core of science is formed by pure sciences which are not concerned with practical applications. This is a state of wonder and discovery.
Now,
Can
they-
the state of truth guide potently without culminating into chaos?
all that is bullshit, horse shit, cow shit, chicken shit. They are only interested in Nobel Prize, nothing else. And they come up with different theories every 4 months.
Okay. Intuition and insights.
Forget it.
Intuition and insights are fine to be with as long as there is no demand for an answer. Any answer
Why do you want
provided.
insight?
Well, any answer
Why
provided.
you want? You answer my question.
Well, those are just hunches.
They are all
You just have
empty words,
hunches.
empty phrases to make it
Yes,
up.
but nobody can be as profound as you are.
I wish I was profound. Why would I be sitting and talking to you and give this interview?
Well, okay. So that's the end of my interview.
Thank you very much. Nice meeting you.
No, but I'm going to stay with you here.
No.
Having not stay in this, I'm going to be with you here. I want to see. I want to spend some time with
Not
you.
a
I want to
chance.
learn a
No,
lot
I
of
have to
things.
go.
And I want
No,
to.
they have all come here for the first time. I'm sorry. I asked
Yes,
Chandrasekhar to tell you
Yes.
not to come here at all. When he told me that your father was ill and you were not coming, I jumped with joy.
Well,
But there is such a thing as common decency
Yes.
and elementary math.
Yes.
Because I was brought up by those bastards, Victoria.
Yes.
So you came all the way,
Yes.
bringing all your friends.
Yes.
So then I agreed
Yes.
that I could just sit and have a chat with you, and you can't put any of these
Well,
things.
I want to actually hire a boat and I want to take you around for
No,
a trip.
thank you.
No, you see, I
No,
want,
I
I
don't
want
want-
to take some more snaps of you.
No, sorry. No. You will not be able to put any of that in your.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What do you think? I mean, can I put all this in front of my philosophy, my own ideas,
But there
and
are-
my experiences with you 8 years back? Okay.
Whatever
those
you
8
say.
days I spent with you.
You wasted your time.
Yes.
Probably that pushed you into the mental asylum.
Yes, naturally, yes.